He started out as a shy, computer-obsessed teenager and ended up the richest man in the world.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous. No, that's never been Bill Gates. You get this sense that the money is almost an annoyance to him.
William Henry Gates III, most people just call him Bill Gates, has built an empire by thinking way outside the box.
I have no doubt that 100 years from now, he will be talked about in the same way that Rockefeller and Carnegie and Ford are talked about, as people who transformed an era.
Now, after leading the digital revolution and facing several government antitrust battles, Bill Gates is a different man than he was just a few years ago. He's a devoted father and an avid golfer who just happens to have a portfolio worth $50 billion. He could rest on his laurels, but that's not the Bill Gates style.
What makes Gates so competitive is that he finds it fun. He finds this like a thrilling game, like the games he used to play as a kid.
He's loved and respected, hated and reviled. But one thing neither detractors nor supporters can deny is the lasting impact Bill Gates has had on our time. The values that shaped Bill Gates as one of the business titans of the 20th century go back to his roots in the Great Northwest. Bill's great-grandfather, J.W. Maxwell, founded the first national bank in Seattle. The Maxwells enjoyed their privileges and social position, but were never ostentatious about their wealth. Their son, Willard, also a banker, and his wife, Adele, who had a passion for playing cards, were among Seattle's top civic leaders. Their only child, Mary, was a lively, intelligent girl who made a name for herself as a student leader at the University of Washington. Athletic and outgoing, Mary Maxwell was sometimes referred to as Giggles. Her drive and energy struck everyone who came in contact with her.
There tends to be a handful that is right at the core of the action. Mary was at the core of the action. Mary was unaffected, straightforward, charming, but immensely determined.
It was at the university that Mary Maxwell met and fell in love with a quiet, scholarly young man, Bill Gates Jr., who would go on to become one of Seattle's most prominent attorneys. When Bill and Mary wed in 1951, she decided to give up a career as a teacher to raise a family and devote time to charitable work. The first of the Gates' 3 children, Christy, was born in 1953. She was followed by a brother, Bill Gates III, born on October 28, 1955. He was given the nickname Trey.
That derives from the fact that he was William H. Gates III, and the card players in the family think of anything with a 3 as being a Trey, so he became Trey.
His mother had an extremely close relationship with Bill from the start. She even took him with her when she volunteered as a lecturer in Seattle schools. It wasn't long before her precocious son would read the World Book Encyclopedia from A to Z.
We'd lose him sometime for hours at a time, and when I would ask, "What are you doing?" he'd say, "I'm thinking, Mother."
The Gates family prized competition, and young Bill loved testing his mettle in outdoor activities and indoor games. Among his favorite board games were Risk, in which the object is world domination, and the perennially popular Monopoly.